Hey guys, it's Beber. So this is in regards to James Hutchinson. If y'all remember last week, little James Hutchinson, 6 years old, he, out of Ohio, his mother killed him. They had arraignment today, the mother, and the POS boyfriend. And there was some details come out. Now, I guess I knew some of the details, but, just a little more context. Oh, and by the way, she pled not guilty. But she's got a $2 million bond. So, good luck with that. So, let's dive in. And he had a $700,000 bond, I think is what he got. Guys, this story just gets worse. It just gets worse. And I guess some of the details I knew, but they're a little bit more cleaned up and clarified and clear now. So let's just take a read. The suspects who are accused of murdering 6-year-old James Hutchinson pled not guilty Monday. Both of their attorneys stated in court. Brittany Gosney, 29, and her boyfriend James Hamilton, 42, appeared in Butler County courtroom for arraignment after her son James was killed. Gosney was indicted Friday after Middletown police say she admitted to investigators that she had killed her son and dumped his body in the Ohio River. Court records state that she is facing charges of murder, involuntary manslaughter, endangering children, 5 counts, gross abuse of a corpse, 3 counts, kidnapping, 3 counts, and abduction, 3 counts. So, just a little more context. The report from Butler County Sheriff's Office says on February 27th, Gosney took James and her 2 other children to the area of Rush Run Wildlife around 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Ohio. So I imagine it was freezing. Police say she told investigators that she was planning on leaving her children behind. The children were outside the vehicle when James tried getting back in by grabbing the door handle. So, initially, and maybe they did say it and it just wasn't clicking in my brain, but I was like, it wasn't making sense to me, like, how was he? So, no, let me paint a picture for you. All 3 of the kids, she puts them out. Now, I mean, what did she think? They was just going to run off into the sunset and start their new life? Like, they can talk. They'd be able to identify, providing that they would survive the elements, which may be what her thought. I don't know what the hell she was thinking. She puts all 3 of the kids out of the car, first and second graders. And I may have to. So, these school age, they are literally, James is 6. His siblings are in a grade above him. So, in their first or second grades, they're very, very young. So, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's freezing cold. She puts the children out of the vehicle in some kind of wildlife resort, some kind of, somewhere in BFE. She sets them out of the car. Little baby James tries to grab the door handle, and she drags him. Now, so what didn't register until reading this article for me was that after she drug him and ran him over, she leaves for 30 or 40 minutes. I'm going to read that. So, but what caught my attention was that these babies, so I would assume that they were trying to comfort their brother. They were trying to do whatever they could with their little tiny baby brains to figure out, process what's going on. Can you imagine the amount of trauma that these children were going through then and are going to continue to go through at the hands of the one person in the entire world that they should have trusted, should have been able to trust, should have came? And I just continued prayers for these babies throughout their whole life. They are so going to need it. it's so disheartening to know that this is the kind of people that we share the same air with. Let me just read. I did not realize that them kids was out there for that long. For some reason, I was thinking that the children left with her and they come back for just James. No. According to the sheriff's report, Gosney, let's see. Wait a minute. I missed a part. Police say she told investigators that she was planning on leaving her children behind. The children were outside the vehicle when James tried getting back in by grabbing the door handle. According to sheriff's report, Gosney slammed the gas. James was dragged for a distance and was ran over. Middletown detectives say she told them that James was dead when she turned the minivan around to check on him about 30 to 40 minutes later. The report says Gosney put James's body and 2 kids into the van and then went back to the home where she and her boyfriend lived on Crawford Street in Middletown. Police say Gosney and Hamilton took Hutchinson's body and dumped him into the Ohio River in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Guys, I cannot, man. I just cannot. And they both plead not guilty. Who else did it then, guys? He was indicted for kidnapping, 3 counts, abduction, 3 counts, endangering children, 3 counts, tampering with evidence, 3 counts, and gross abuse of a corpse, 3 counts, according to court documents. Gosney claimed Hamilton pressured her to get rid of the kids. According to Fox 19's legal expert, Mike Allen, a preliminary hearing was no longer needed to get these cases in front of grand jury. A preliminary hearing has one purpose and one purpose only. That's to determine probable cause. Oh my goodness. Their next court date is March 22nd for pretrial, and their anticipated trial date is May 24th. The judge has not decided if Gosney and Hamilton will be tried together. Now, in the description box, I will post this link, and y'all can go and watch the video in its entirety. It's about 14 minutes long, and it just goes over, the ins and outs, the bond, and things of that nature. So, let's hop over here. I want to show y'all a couple other things. I did see another article that had a little bit more information in it. So, this article right here, a couple of days old, but I was trying to find the ages, and I just came across this article. And it talks about a GoFundMe page, and it tells us a little bit more about where the siblings are now, and what the tentative plan is for the siblings. Love and support for a young boy killed over the weekend continues. Now the family asks everyone to help his surviving siblings. James Hutchinson, 6, was killed February 27th after his mother, 29-year-old Brittany Gosney, tried to abandon him and his 2 siblings in Pueblo County, according to Middletown police. James died after possibly being ran over. This was a few days ago. We know now that is, at least what she has admitted. By trying to leave the kids, police said his 2 siblings survived unharmed. Praise God. Not unscathed. The 2 siblings survived is something their aunt, Heather Gosney, is thankful for. We got to step up and take responsibility for these 2 kids and help them the best we can. With her nephew's death and her sister at the center of the murder investigation, the past few days have been a critical blow for the family. I cannot even imagine. Because you know what? As much as we get up in arms, this extended family who didn't have nothing to do with it, we don't know what's going on, they're grieving too. We have to remember that. They're human. And, it's, end result's the same, extended family sometimes, most times, is not directly connected to anything that they could do anything about. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying, don't rush to be up in arms, with the extended family. Let's focus on the monsters at hand, if you will. I have questions too, but right now we just got to make sure these siblings is okay and we get justice for baby James. A Butler County department. Oh, let's see. Hold on. James' siblings have been now placed in temporary foster care. The Butler County Department of Job and Family Services filed a neglect dependency complaint on March 1st regarding Brittany's 2 other children, according to the administrator for Butler County Juvenile Court. With the 2 siblings at risk of staying in the state foster care system permanently, Heather said her other sister Lisa filed for emergency custody for them. Great. She hopes it will minimize any additional emotional damage that they've already experienced. My God. The person that Lisa talked to did inform Lisa that both of the kids were being taken care of and that they seem in spirit. Probably seem to be in good spirits. They've been coloring, playing, watching TV and stuff, but they want to go home and they can't. Poor babies. Poor babies. Lisa and family friend have set up a GoFundMe page to make sure the kids have everything they need moving forward. Let's see. And I'm going to show y'all the GoFundMe page, but I did want y'all to read it. I did want to read this too. This is just more the family. Let's see. We'll go over the GoFundMe in just a second. James' grandfather, Terrell Trivet, sent a statement to Fox 19 Now about what the family is going through. This is very hard on me and Brittany's mother, Betty. She was already depressed because Brittany shut off communication with us a couple months ago. There you go. We did not even know where they lived. I just know her boyfriend is involved more than what is being said, and I pray it comes out. I also don't believe James, is in the Ohio River. Why would they drive so far away when there is a river and other water close to them? Really? Okay. Well, there's something, potentially. The search for James' body continues, but is certainly being held up because of the conditions of the Ohio River. Gosney admitted she and Hamilton dumped the young boy's body in the river, according to Middletown police. So let me read this last part again. Now, this is from the grandfather, Brittany's father. Brittany's father, James's grandfather. And I'm going to skip down to the end. He says, also, I don't believe James, is in the Ohio River. Why would they drive so far away when there is a river and other water close to them? So I think that's a little, little nugget of information potentially. So, God, your heart just goes out to them. Let's hop over here to this GoFundMe page. The grandmother, and they said, so the grandparents, Brittany's mom and dad, they didn't even know where they lived. She cut off communication, which seems to be a common theme. I don't know how long she had been together with this boyfriend, but that seems to be a common theme a lot of times where they cut off contact. That kind of it reminds me of the Malia Bass. So as you can see, these little sweet babies, they cannot be that old. This is so sad. And this is the GoFundMe page. This is the Rachel and Lucas Fund. Now, the other day I talked about, and I will link it here also, but the school has a fund, Middletown, Ohio Middletown School. I'm not exactly sure, but I will link it down below. Now they have a fund, and it's called the James You Are Loved Fund. So, and there's this GoFundMe. Now I don't know, but both of them promise, or disclaimer, that they solely go straight to the babies, Rachel and Lucas. Oh, let me show y'all this too. So this right here, this is little sweet baby James. And so this is Lucas and this is Rachel. So let's just scan through this. A lot of this y'all know. Just talks about what happened. Let's see. Strictly, it says, meanwhile, we are setting up GoFundMe to set up better future for Rachel and Lucas and to make sure that they have everything they need going further in life. This money will strictly go to Rachel and Lucas regardless if it's school, life needs, doctor visit, clothes, toys, etc. At this point, Rachel and Lucas will be starting over and will be in need of everything. So, like I said, there's also the one set up straight through the school, which I will have that linked below. And honest to goodness, I just, if y'all want to donate to either one of them, I just think either one of them would be fine, in my opinion. You know, help is help. Say prayers, definitely. These babies have a long road ahead of them. They'll have a small court appearance. Gosney and Hamilton will have a small court appearance at the end of this month. And then trial will start in May. So we are going to be following this case and be seeking justice for James. And yeah, they pled not guilty. They pled not guilty. And I just, you know, why not just go ahead and get it over with? We'll drag out a trial. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for this one. I will have some links in the description box. Please get involved. If y'all feel it on your heart to donate, then donate. And I will let y'all know if I have any more information. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you have to dislike, make sure you hit it twice. It is so stinking important. And I love y'all, and we will talk to you soon. Hey, so real quickly, I was doing editing, and I came across an article. I didn't get to dive into it too much, but it basically said that Gosney or that household, they never had any prior dealings with child services. So just a little extra information, but yeah, no prior history with child services, CPS, DCFS, whatever it's called in that jurisdiction. No history. That's it. Y'all have a good one.